Hey folks, this is Matt, aka Slash, and welcome back to the VintageBeef Fan Server. I have been a little busy off camera. I've been trying to get as much of this stuff done as I could. So unfortunately I decided not to record much of it, so apologies if you feel a little left out of the progress, but I figured it was the only way this project was ever going to get done is if I did sort of show and tell style instead. But we are in the forest biodome right now, which I am going to declare to be pretty much done. This feels like a forest to me, walking through it. Pretty happy with it. You know what, I will move this, come to me, there. Just because that looks more aesthetically pleasing when the tree's not right on the edge like that. But yes, pretty happy with this. We'll continue around clockwise on this middle layer. Don't have anything down there. I think that's taiga or ice plains. I can't remember which. I haven't done anything there except for adding a couple of little hills. Here's the regular plains. Built a few village houses. I have a few more things to do here. I gotta put some fences on top of that. I gotta put some glass panes in for the windows here. And I think that's pretty much it for the plains. Put the... whoa! Frame rate. I put the gravel path down. I got a well going. I got stuck in a well. So you know it's authentic. Let's see. Got that going on there. Threw a bunch of bone meal down, so that's looking pretty good. Move on this way. You can see the roofed forest is coming along here in the distance. This is oh no. This biodome here is the other one. If that one's ice plains, this is taiga, and vice versa. Haven't done anything with those yet, but the roof forest is starting to come along. I'm having a little trouble getting some of these trees to grow. I think because these trees grow very tall, and these ones on the outskirts, I don't know if they have enough room to grow. So I may have to move them in. I'm letting them go for now to see if any sprout up on their own while I am messing about in the other domes. And that, my eating sound was really loud in my ears. I don't know if it probably won't be any louder for you. In fact, it might be quieter. I'm putting, I have different earbuds in than I usually do. And as a result, the sound is much more pronounced in my ears, but the recording really, you know, cover that, I guess. Here's the jungle. So far, so good on the jungle. There's a few things I want to do here yet. I've got a bunch of oak. In fact, let's go ahead and start with that. Why don't we? I've got a bunch of junk in my inventory that I'm still carrying around. But what I want to do is I want to throw down some of these bushes. So I just want to kind of run around and throw down a few random wood logs in places. Because one of the things about the jungle is that it's almost all leaves on the ground. Which is kind of handy for the lighting concerns in the dome, because then the mobs won't spawn on leaves, so I don't really have to worry too much. I think I'm gonna go maybe there. There we go. And then let's just throw some leaves down around these guys. Maybe like something like this. I don't remember what exactly they look like. The shrubbery. Bring me a shrubbery! That you find in the jungle here, but I figure just sort of throwing down a general shape without getting too particular about it. This build has really done a good job, I think, of forcing me to get more organic with my block placement, so that the you know, it comes out a little bit more random. It looks like it may have actually generated this way, as opposed to me placing it. Because when I build, I tend to build very symmetrical. And it would be nice to have this. Oh, okay. I thought I had another stack of leaves. It'd be nice to have this sort of teach me how to build a little bit more organically, so that I don't need things to be so well defined structurally, but still have it look good, which is the trick. I'll put a few more things down. We'll use up the rest of this stack, and then we'll move on to the next area. Next dome. That's the word I'm looking for. 4 letters. Difficult as heck for me to think of with my brain. I think it's starting to turn out pretty well. I'm getting the impression that it's starting to be much more like an actual jungle, because it's beginning to be a pain in the butt to walk around in here. And since real jungle, oh my gosh, my mouth today. Real jungles are also a pain in the butt to walk around in the game. Oops, I almost miss these guys. These guys. I'm gonna take a nap. You guys can finish the episode without me. I'm just, oh man, my ability to speak is horrendous right now. Oh, the dog's gonna do the episode for me. Fantastic. I don't know if you can hear him barking. Let's get that in there. Oop. So, I think this is the last shrubbery. Get a couple of things down here, and then we will be set to move on. Let's see, where else can we put some... Let's fill this in a little bit. There we go. And then, I think the other thing we need in here is... Oh, am I in a space? I'm in a space. What can I get rid of? You know, I really don't need any of that cobblestone. So we'll do that. I guess I picked the rest of that up. Yep. Alright, moving on. Oh yeah, the next thing that I want to do in here is I need to come through and I need to throw some ferns down. I think ferns are very prevalent in jungles, right? So I gotta run around with some shears somewhere, collect some ferns. The end is done. I think I showed you that last episode, so that's looking pretty nice. We got mushroom biome over here. Went and secured me some mycelium and spammed mushrooms all over the place, and then grew a few of them with bone meal. And I think that this is a good look, although I'm realizing now, hopefully there's no mob up here. Okay. Ah! Attack! I need to light up the tops of these guys because mobs could spawn on them. So I'll have to throw a few torches down. No big deal, though. I got a torch up there, yes. So this is looking pretty good. Mycelium has spread everywhere that it needed to spread. I think that's pretty much it for here. If I could get some mushrooms actually in here, I would. But I don't think there's a good way of bringing mobs into these domes and keeping them there that looks good. You know, like I'd either have to tether them up somewhere or I'd have to have some sort of doors on the dome, and I don't like that idea at all. We're here at the swamp. I'm gonna drop off a bunch of the cobble here. Swamp, not a whole lot to the swamp at the moment. I need to get some vines over here. I used them all over in the jungle, so I'm gonna have to go get some vines then. But I basically just lowered a large section of it and filled it in with water. The color, of course, is not quite what it needs to be, but there's no helping that. That's based on where you actually are, biome-wise. So what we're gonna do right now, actually, is we're going to build ourselves a witch hut. And let's see, we need 5 by 7 area, I think. Let's just start it, say, here. And then it goes a gap of 3, and then you go, like, so. And then this is a gap of, I think, actually it's 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, so something like that. And then like that. Okay, and we'll bring this up an arbitrary distance here. I think maybe 1 more, because don't want to get too close to the ceiling there. No, 1 more. I want it to be fairly high so that it sticks out. And then once we get some vines over here, we'll actually, and we'll need more oak leaves too, because I used them all up in the jungle as well. But we will create some of our own swamp trees. I almost said jungle trees because I've been talking about the jungle so much, but swamp trees. Now let's see here. So we need to go across like this, like that. And then I actually need a way up there. Well, actually, that's better. So that way we can actually get in the front door. And let's bring these up a bit. I think we need these up 2 past where we're putting the floor. I'm going off of some pictures here off of the Minecraft wiki. Oh no, I missed! I missed! That's fine, we'll build the floor out and then we can get up there. Want to make this look as authentic as possible, so that's why I'm going off of the pictures rather than just trying to wing it. Thankfully, this is a fairly simple structure, so it shouldn't take too much to get in place. And then, let's see, around... I think we have a ceiling here. Just goes all the way around. And we'll need to light this up, too. That's the one bad thing about trying to make this mob safe and keep the structures as honest as I can, is that I can't do... I can't do what I normally would do, which is... That is spruce. Okay, good. That's good. Which is build the structures in such a way that you don't have to light up the roof. Because I don't like having to light up the roof. I'm not a fan of it. I need to now get a crafting table going. Which is fine, because we need a crafting table in here anyway. We'll put it there. I think somebody's outside mowing my lawn. Alright, so, sorry about the noise. Let's see here. Get some stairs going. We're gonna need more than that. Like so. That's a good start. And let's light this up before I forget. I was just talking about it. So, this just has a ring of spruce stairs right around the edge here. Like so. Oh, did I make enough on the first try? Oh, I don't know what happened there. Don't do that. There we go. Perfect. Roof is done. Oh, that's what I did. Okay, fantastic. Now, next up, we gotta get... Gonna make a door, put the doorway here. And then this part essentially goes like this. And we have a thing here in the back like that. Perfect! Used up exactly the planks that I had. Let's see, there's no actual door. We need some fences. Oh. I was automatically going down for my crafting table because I didn't figure that I had one. Let's go ahead and do a bunch of sticks, and then that gives us more fences than we need. We only need one there and there. So that's fine. We'll get a cauldron in here and some potted mushrooms, and that pretty much does it for the witch hut. Excellent. So now let's just go around and figure out where we want to have some of our trees. Something like that, maybe. And then let's say one here. A little bit shorter. And we should have one in the water for sure. Okay. And maybe a short one here. And this place over here is looking a little barren. We'll go maybe 4 tall over here. And that's going to do it for that. Then we'll just have to add the oak leaves manually later. I'm not going to be able to fit all of this stuff in my inventory, so I'll just leave it for now. I'll come back and clean that up later. And then we need to throw some mushrooms down as well. And I think we'll be able to call it a day. Okay, so that's the forest. Let's go ahead and go up now. There's nothing else to see over here. That needs to be done. That one needs to be done. That one needs to be done. I think it's Taiga, Plains, Extreme Hills, I think is what it is. So the Extreme Hills is going to be a little tricky to represent, I think. But we'll give it our best shot anyway. Let's head on up the steps. And I'll show you what progress I've made up here. I sculpted a little bit of the area here for the savanna. And threw in a bunch of trees. Let's do this again. Boom. And... oh. I was suffocating inside that tree. That looks good. Any other trees on the edges? No, that looks good. Oh, nope. This tree's living on the edge. Oops. Oh, huh. That actually was double layered there. Oops. Help! I'm trapped. Had extra dirt that I didn't know what to do with. I also got to get some smooth stone in here and put like a layer of smooth stone in. Because having the dirt all the way down looks a little weird, I think. And I think we need some tall grass, but not flowers, if I remember right. I haven't been to a savanna in a while, but I think that's the case. What do we have here? Spelling error detected. Will be noted. Penalty granted. I wasn't aware that I was being judged. Is that not how you spell savanna? Maybe there's no H on the end. Interesting. I'm gonna drop off a bunch of this stuff because I might need it later. Oh, I could have thrown some mushrooms down in the swamp while we were there. Oh well. Let's move on here and take a look at the desert. I've been very busy in here. I've created a desert well and a desert temple, which I'm quite proud of this reconstruction. Unfortunately, with the space that we have here and where I decided to start it, this is about as far as it goes. And then it just gets cut off by the dome. But you can actually go up this way. And this stairwell is weird, isn't it? This looks very bizarre. There's a slab on top of a stair on top of... I don't know. But that was the reference one that I looked at that was in the world, generated by the game. That's the way the stairwells worked, so that's what I replicated. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm quite happy to have that there. It doesn't look quite as majestic, especially when you can see through the doorway to the outside. It looks as hollow as it actually is, but there's no helping that at all. I can take this with me now, I think. Let's go ahead and do that. Put the sign back up. Desert! Oh, desert. Derpy derp. And let's see, the Mesa, I started doing a little bit with the Mesa, trying to give it a little bit of color, or character, I guess is what I'm looking for, by changing the color. So I mined up some of the orange clay that was here and put down just plain hardened clay, not stained any particular color. I want to fill the rest of this area that I have outlined in with the hardened clay, and then maybe put an area of like white stained clay over here. I think I've got a bunch of extra of that I would love to get rid of. And then after that, probably just throw in some stripes of other colors, like some red and some plain hardened or whatever in through this area to give it a little bit of character. I don't think there's going to be too much more I'm going to try to do with this. I don't have any of the red sand that you would find in a mesa, and I don't feel like journeying to get any. I don't feel like it's a necessary component to evoke mesa. And I don't know, are there dead ferns planted on... Whoops. Are there dead ferns planted on the hardened clay directly, or do you need the sand for that? That I don't know either, so we'll just leave that be. This, I think you've already seen the completion of this, the Nether, and it's got the lava flowing now and the glowstone crystals, the gravel. So it's coming along. There's not too much more to do. Little finishing touches here and there. Spelling error. Let's go get a couple of supplies. And we should be able to finish off a few of the areas here shortly. Oh, Nether frame rate lag. Oh, we have another sign here. Notice, impending doom, building inspection. Building, I always check behind me for some reason, like there's somebody gonna jump out at me. I'm the only one on the server. Not sure what the building inspection's all about. This staircase here was because Snowshoe used my nether roof access to fight a wither and blew up a good chunk of my stuff that I had on top of the nether in the process. Pigman's having a bad day. Building inspection. You know what? Arjenkos, who is a member of the server, has been inactive for quite a while, but recently... Oh, building inspection pending, I guess. Because this looks like it's a continuation. Building inspection pending. Your cooperation is not needed. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's not needed. Let's see if we have anything over here. Everything's looking normal. I guess it hasn't happened yet. That's fine. The mustachioed moon still in the sky. Very good, very good. But yeah, I believe that RJ said that he was becoming active once again, that his computer was working, or he had found time to play, or something. Burnout had ended. So, I expect that we will be seeing something from him and his R team here relatively soon. Yeah, I was gonna say we should plant some nether wart in the nether, but we don't really have the right part of the Nether Fortress for that. I don't think I need much more glass. I think I just needed like 8 pieces of the black. So I'm gonna do something with that here shortly. What do I do with these slabs? I don't have a place for slabs. I guess we'll put them here. I don't have a place for stairs either. And this was actually sand. Very good, very good. And I need an ink sac. Zoop. Pink. Just need a little bit more black glass for the bottom of the end. Let's grab 18 glass panes, should be plenty for what we're doing there. Oh, I need pots, which means I need to break up some clay here. I have no idea where I could get spare pots from. I guess I could always go talk to Caleb. He would have some pots for me. So let's see, I cook these and then I make a bucket out of them. What else do we need over there? You know what? I need more oak leaves, which I seem to be out of at the moment. That's fine. You know, I need more vines. That's the word. Vines! And not the 6-second video clips. What the heck was that noise? Is that the normal cave noise? Here we go. We'll take a stack of vines. That should be plenty. That was crazy. Let's see, do we have anything useful in here? You know, I'll take the bones with me. You can always bone meal some stuff. That's the squid tank down there, so that's not going to be any helpful. How are my clay balls? One more. And... Clink. Perfect. So that will do nicely there. We'll pick up some of the mushrooms that I left behind when we get back over there. What else do we need? I feel like I need more things. Like I don't have enough. I had briefly considered trying to build a jungle temple in the jungle, but then I decided that there wasn't enough space to do that any justice. Although, this moss stone here, this is all obtained from dungeons. I have not used the snapshot vines on cobble technique to get that stuff. So I've got plenty anyway. I guess that's about it for the supplies that we need right now. I'll just top off the ender pearls a little bit, and we'll head back over. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm feeling like there's something that I needed over there, and you know what? Oak leaves. That was it, wasn't it? Oak leaves. Do I have any oak leaves? Spruce, birch, jungle. Do I have shears? I've got silk shears, but I don't really want to use those. Got 3 wither skeleton skulls. Don't know if I had shown that before. We might do a wither fight in the next episode. I don't do as much around the base now, so I'm not sure what extra power I would add beside the speed 2. Regen isn't all that useful when the server regens anyway. What am I down here for? Shears. I'm losing my mind. There are no shears in there. There are no shears in there. You know where I can get shears? I can get shears in the sheep shearing facility. Yoink! That will do nicely. And of course it's raining. I could sleep the rain away, I suppose. But I am not too fussed by it. Let's just go ahead and grab all of the leaves that we can off of the oak trees that are in here. I don't know, have you guys seen this? Have I ever featured this in a video? Probably not. This was one of the very first builds on the server for me, this tree farm. Drew and I kind of collaborated a little bit on what we wanted to do in terms of the design, and then I kind of went with it from there. So I'm rather happy with it. I want to try to come up with a better tree farm design at some point. Something that is still very organized, but that can also incorporate the acacia and the dark oak. Which is tricky because the acacia and the dark oak grow in a weird way. Like, I've just been throwing them out there, and the jungle wood is the same way. Where you just kind of have to grow the jungle trees out in the middle of nowhere. There's gotta be a better way, man. There's gotta be a better way. But I don't know what it is yet. Maybe I'll think of something. Maybe you guys know of a better way. Maybe you've seen a video where somebody has a tree farm, like a structured tree farm. Oh, well, that's it for those shears. Neon's tree farm is great. That's a good tree farm design, but it's free range. You know, the trees, you just kind of plant them essentially wherever. They're kind of grouped together by type, but there's no specific place that you have to plant them. The whole place is plantable. And that works. And that might honestly be what I would have to go for in the future, because... Take this out. Because to try to structure the acacia, which grows super weird, and the dark oak, which doesn't cooperate all that well either, and the jungle wood... Don't go through. No, you went through. I'll pick you up, I guess, on the way back. That would be too difficult. So... I don't know. But I see we're actually getting pretty close to the end of the episode here, so I think we're just gonna go throw some glass panes in at the plains area. Some plains at the plains. That's down this way. And then we'll call it an episode. Sorry, by the way, this video is coming out like after a week or so's worth of consistent videos, but the week before that was not consistent at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't have a video out at all the previous week. So my apologies. I'm gonna try to be more consistent. We're in with summer ending and the school year starting back up and whatever, my wife's work schedule is getting finalized, and so things are... Oh, I needed fences. Well, maybe I'll just make some fences in here somewhere. That must have been the thing I was forgetting. But anyway, my wife's schedule is getting a little bit more concrete in terms of, like, she's actually starting up again soon. That's not going to be nearly enough. With her school teaching, her music teaching job that she has. And she will be out, as will the kids, on Wednesdays. Which will give me an opportunity to record on Wednesdays. Right now I record on Mondays, which is also the days that we do the podcast, Them Guys Podcast. And, so whenever we do the podcast, usually I don't get anything else recorded that night, and that causes problems for me trying to get content out. So it'd be nice to have a separate recording day. I could record. It's not like my wife being around prevents me from recording. She would be perfectly fine with me recording. It's not like she's gonna feel like I'm abandoning her or anything. But, I don't like to... When she's home, I don't like to be in the office by myself, just doing whatever. There's an extra stone block here. I hadn't noticed that before. Let me take care of that. But anyway, yeah. So that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully, content will start coming out on a more consistent basis on the channel. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your patience through the... lackluster weeks where there's not much going on. And until next time, hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye!